Hi everyone, just jumping on quickly to just share a quick word with you. A thought came to me as I reflected on a conversation I had with a coworker of mine who came to Japan recently. And he was sharing with me, we were talking about cooking. And I was asking him, I believe I asked him if he started cooking here. And he told me that he actually cooked a Japanese dish. It's miso soup. For persons who are in Japan, you know what I'm talking about, and if you don't, you can probably check it out on YouTube. So it's a very common dish in Japan. So he was telling me that he cooked a huge pot of miso soup and then he went on to tell me that it wasn't good. As a matter of fact, he said it was so bad that he was considering disposing of it. I suspect by now he has done so. But in addition to that, what he also said to me was that he didn't follow a recipe. He just got some ingredients together and apparently just put them in a pot and expected miso soup to come out. And I just thought to myself, you know, how many of us are doing that? How many of us are cooking? We're cooking an idea, a thought, a menu, a dish that we have in mind, and we're cooking, but we don't really know what ingredients to put in the dish and how to incorporate the ingredients to get the final product that we design. For those persons who are familiar with cooking, you know that there are different ways of doing maybe even the same dish, but there are some procedures that must be maintained. For example, if you're going to fry something, or if you're going to bake something, or if you're going to boil something, or you're going to roast something, you can maybe do them differently. Like if you're frying, you do deep fat frying or low fat frying or medium, you know, different ways. But at the end of the day, you get something fried, you get something roasted, you get something grilled, whatever the case may be. Okay, but the bottom line is there is absolutely no way that you can make a dish without the proper ingredients. I remember a former pastor of mine was so upset that someone from another country took a dish from his native country and changed the main ingredient in the dish and called it something else, and he was so upset. And isn't that what we do every single day? Well, not every single day, but a lot of us do the very same thing with our lives. We are cooking something. You know, we're putting in some bitterness, some anger, some malice, some envy, some strife, some all kind of things, some unforgiveness. And we expect at the end of the day to come out unsoiled, unspotted, to come out pure, to come out whole. And I am just stopping by here for this quick few minutes to say to us, be careful of what you're putting in that pot that you're cooking. You can try as you may. You can deceive me. You can deceive your family, your friends, your co-workers, your leaders. You know, you can deceive man, but there is absolutely no way that you can get away from God. He sees everything. He knows everything. He knows even the things that we can't even begin to imagine, the things that we cannot put in words. He knows them. So no matter how hard you try, and believe me, I know there are people who are trying to deceive people, but you tell one lie to cover another lie, and tell a lie to cover that lie, and it's just a continuous cycle. But I just want to remind us to be careful of what it is that we're putting in this meal that we are preparing, that we are going to have to eat at the end of the day. Every seed that we sow, every single seed that we sow is going to bear fruit. It's going to grow and it's going to bear good fruit. It's going to bear fruit. We have to determine whether we want a good fruit or a bad fruit, and we sow seeds accordingly. Now, how do we determine what is good and what is bad? We have a recipe. We have the guide. The information that we need has been given to us. God has given us every single thing we need. The Bible says that we have all that. God has given us all that we need to live righteously in this life. So we have the word, the manual by which we ought to be living. It's not based on what somebody who is preaching says. It's not based on how my Christian sister, my Christian friend, or my Christian neighbor, or my Christian parent says. It's based on what God says. It is God's standard that makes the difference. And so I just want to encourage us today to be careful of what it is that we are sowing today. We can't expect to sow seeds of discord and envy and strife and bitterness and malice and envy and all the other things, and then expect our lives to be good, because the seeds that we sow, they are going to grow, believe me. So reflect on these few words and continue to just stay in prayer, stay in the word. I trust that you have been blessed, and I look forward to continually sharing the word with you and blessing you. I hope that you are being as much of a... Okay, so quickly before I run out of space again, I pray that you have been and will continue to be as much of a blessing as you are being blessed, or even greater than you are being blessed. God bless you. Love you. Take care. See you soon.